So beta, up till now we have discussed about the general structure of the gymnosperm. It is a pinus plant which is sporophyte, and sporophyte is always 2n, are diploid in structure. Okay, as we have discussed that it is a main plant body sporophyte, so it would be differentiated into different parts, that is the roots. And so you can see here that it is a main root system that is called the taproot. And with this taproot there are many extensions or the hair-like structures with which the fungi can form the mycorrhizal association, and the mycorrhiza is very important as it gives protection to the plant against the pathogens. Okay, then we have leaves, and these leaves are two types, as you can see here that these leaves are green in color, and these leaves are the scale leaves are brownish or reddish in color. Okay, so beta, these green leaves are named as foliage leaves, and these foliage leaves are present in the form of groups, and this group is known as spur. Okay, then we have these brown leaves which are called sporophylls or scale leaves. So sporophyll are scale leaves which makes the cones, or you can see here that these are the sporophyll leaves which group together to form a cone-like structure like it. So we have two cones, are the two reproductive structures on the plant of the gymnosperms, that are the cones, and these cones can be the male cone and the female cone. So the female cone is a bit larger in size and the male cones are a bit smaller in size. Okay, then the stem. So beta, their stem is woody. Stem is woody, and why it is woody? Because it shows the secondary growth, and secondary growth is due to the activity of cambium. Then the leaves show the xerophytic adaptation, so we can say that these plants can live at the height or high altitude. So these xerophytic adaptations are that is, it contains sunken stomata and contain thick cuticle layer to protect or to prevent the transpiration. Okay, now we are going to discuss about the life cycle, that how they show the alternation of generation. As we can see that there is the clear alternation of generation in the tracheophytes or even in the bryophyte, because all the plants undergo the alternation of generation for their survival, for their better growth. So these are the reproductive structure. One is the female cone and the other is the male cone. This larger one is called ovulate cone or female cone, and it is diploid structure. Okay, and this smaller one is called staminate or male cone. Again, this is a diploid structure as it is a part of sporophyte, and the sporophyte have to produce spores, so that's why they are diploid in structure. But yes, these cones are contain the megasporophyll or the microsporangia, and which will undergo the meiosis to produce the spores. So inside the ovulate cone we have a megasporophyll, and inside the male cone we have a smaller leaf that is called microsporophyll. So these sporophyll are actually scale leaves. Okay, and these mega and microsporophyll contain a micro and megasporangia as well. So this is megasporangia and this is microsporangia. Again, microsporangia and megasporangia are diploid structure. Okay, then this microsporangia and megasporangia contain this cell that is called microspore mother cell. It is also a diploid structure. Okay, and this contain a nucleus or a cell that is called megaspore mother cell, and again it is a diploid structure. So I'm just taking one leaf or one sporophyll from here, okay? All of these sporophyll or whole of this cone contain these structures. Okay, so beta, this megaspore mother cell and the microspore mother cell will undergo meiosis. They both will undergo meiosis. And as the result of meiosis, they form 4 haploid cells. These are called microspores. And these are haploid. Okay, while the megaspores undergo a meiosis and form a larger megaspore. So it will develop into a megaspore. Actually, it will form also 4 megaspores, but one will remain and other 3 will get extinct. So it will also be haploid. Okay, then they both undergo the germination and form the pollen tube and embryo sac or the archegonia. So it will develop into female gametophyte. And this will develop into male gametophyte. Okay. Now the female gametophyte will be formed by mitosis, as well as male gametophyte will also be formed by mitosis. It means that the female gametophyte will be haploid as well as the male gametophyte will also be haploid. Okay. Then inside the female gametophyte, as this is the megasporophyll, which contain this structure of embryo sac or archegonia. Now this archegonia is named as female gametophyte. Now how it will develop? So it will contain a venter and venter canal cells like it. This broader portion is called venter and these cells are called venter canal cells. Venter canal cells. And inside it contains a larger egg. Okay, so when it forms the egg, then it means it is a female gametophyte. While we have discussed about the microspore, that microspore contain 2 walls, entine and exine. When it moves towards the archegonia, like it, and it contain egg. So when it moves toward the archegonia upon pollination, and their pollination is anemophilous, ठीक है, ये wind के through इस archegonia के पास आएगा, then it will develop into a male gametophyte, that is the pollen tube. So it will develop into pollen tube. So here is the pollen grain, exine will rupture and the entine will grow like it, which will have 2 sperms. Okay, so one of the sperm will fertilize the egg and form a zygote. This is megasporophyll, archegonia. This is the fusion of 2 nuclei, that is sperm and egg, and so now we call that zygote. And now zygote is a diploid structure as it is formed by the fertilization. So here comes the fertilization. Then this seed will develop, the cone will mature in by the next year and it will develop into a seed. Now this is seed or embryo. So polyembryony is a characteristic of the gymnosperm, but only one of the embryo will mature into the seed. Okay, then this seed will develop layers around it, that is the seed coat. So beta, here is the embryo and the cotyledon. So cotyledons can be one or many. So this seed embryo will grow perennially, यानी next year जाके ये mature होगा. So first it will grow into a smaller plant and then finally into a mature plant. So we can say that these plants are perennial plants. So that was about the alternation of generation or the life cycle of gymnosperms. Now the last point of the gymnosperm is their advantages. So you can see that the pinus or the gymnosperms are a rich source of the production of oxygen. So we can say that they produce oxygen. Production of oxygen. Second, consumption of carbon dioxide. Third, it provide resins, gums, latex, etc. So can be used as a medicinal plant. And finally, as a source of timber, यानी लकड़ी के काम आता है और लकड़ी को आप डिफरेंट पर्पसेस के लिए यूज़ कर सकते हैं. एंड एज सोर्स ऑफ फूड एज वेल, लाइक द पाइनस प्लांट, पाइनस सीड्स कैन बी यूज्ड एज द source of food. So beta, that was about the gymnosperms. Hope you have got it, and if you have any questions you can ask. Allah Hafiz.